So a few weeks ago I was working on a project. In fact, it is this project right here. It's a little, just a custom toolbox. I just wanted to build a little toolbox because I wanted to. Nothing fancy to it. Just hold some tools that I use that have like sharp pointy end. I was going to make a video about this project, but maybe we do something a little bit more. Maybe we could add a little bit more to the project. Maybe do some electronics, embed that in there somehow, and make it useful. So that's what we're going to do with this new project. So to give it a little bit more than just a standard toolbox, thinking what we're going to do is we're going to make a metal lid so that way it can be magnetic, and maybe we'll paint it with some blackboard, chalkboard paint so you can write on it too. Kind of like making notes. Then we'll put a plexiglass bottom in there so we can put some LED strips at the bottom. We'll have like a fake bottom where the electronics and these LEDs can go, and then we'll figure out a way to put a switch on there, and then you can have kind of like a flashlight underneath built into the box, and then we'll figure out some sort of lock mechanism or something. Alright, so we got the general idea down. So I made the Lowe's run earlier today. We've got some wood. I think this is just some inexpensive pine. We've got some birch plywood. I think we use that for the sides. We've got our metal on top. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is cut the wood down to size. So we're going to go ahead and use a circular saw. Instead of measuring the second cut, always use the first score that you cut, especially if you're trying to get the sides to match. We use this to mark out the second. Alright, so we got what's going to be the front and the back of the box cut out. Normal size length for a toolbox. Maybe a little bit longer, but I've learned in other projects, especially when I do electronics, I always underestimate how big to make the enclosure, and then when I stick all the wires in there, the wires are sticking out, all the craziness. So making it a little bit bigger is probably a good thing. We're going to build the bottom out of 2 pieces of wood and a plexiglass. So a piece of wood that is, let's see here, 4 3/4 inch long. We're going to put a 1/4 inch lip on there. And then we're going to do that, and we're going to flip it for the other side, and then the plexiglass will sit in between. Time to hit it with the router. Alright, so we get all the pieces routed out, cut out for the bottom, and then the sides. I still got to think about how to do the top. I think what I was thinking would work. Is it going to work first? So first we're going to assemble the bottom, the sides, and then we're going to, or the bottom and the side, the long sides, and we'll figure out how long to cut the little birch plywood to make the sides, the small sides. Go ahead and we're going to get our, we use the Craig jig to make the pocket holes. We'll do pocket holes to keep the bottom all put together. Alright, we got the pocket holes cut on both sides. Now we're going to put this together and make the bottom of the box and test with the plexiglass and go from there. Alright, so we test fitted the plexiglass. It's a little too long. So there are these cool little tools that let you go ahead and cut the plexiglass. They're like a couple bucks at your favorite home improvement store. Alright, so next up we got to cut the side. We're going to use some 1/4 inch birch plywood. That's going to make the short sides of our box. And we're just going to, we measured it out, we're just going to cut it with the grain.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, so we had looks like a little issue with the recording. So I've lost some of the footage that took me between where we ended with, I think it was doing the plexiglass fit, to where we're at right now. Alright, so
so here's we are with the box. I can't remember what exactly happened last. So we've got chalkboard on top, and we got another piece of metal. We didn't paint that one, but it also works good for writing on it. We made the little logo thing, put that on there, and then just with just a little, just what we want to do, kind of locks. And so yeah, that's what you missed. Alright, so wanted to show real quick that that little logo on the bottom right, that is created with a 3D printer for the letters, and then we actually milled out the center little circle in the middle with a CNC router, which should be here. So it's just two little things we also want to throw out, but again, the video footage kind of got all jumbled, but we were able to find these ones, so there you go. We've got the box sort of pretty much built, so I wanted to do a quick test of the lights to end this video, and then in the next video we'll start doing the electronics. Just to test this out, we've got a strip of LEDs here. Ooh, there's so much light. Let's put the lid back in. I don't know if I should have opened that either. Alright. So that is a test of the lighting. I like how the light shines at the bottom, that's pretty cool. And then we'll put some LED strips on the top too, so when you open up the box, yeah, that'll be good. Alright, so I think this test is pretty good. Now we'll move on to the next video where we'll try to do the electronics. So with that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.